Well, howdy YouTube family. Let's get into our topic today. We're gonna be talking about what YouTube channels I like to watch. Who out there makes me laugh, who out there is just informative. There's all kinds of different YouTube channels I watch. Today we're gonna mostly be talking about medical type anesthesia channels, so I'm not gonna branch off into Bon Appetit and some of my other guilty pleasures, but maybe another day. So let's get into it. First up is Andrea Tully MD. She is an oculoplastic surgeon. She actually just finished her fellowship and moved back to Minnesota, I think. I've been following her for years. I've been following her on YouTube, and then more recently I've started following her on Instagram. She's really inspirational. She's been creating videos maybe 8 years ago, something like that. It's been a long time ago. Since she first started med school, I think she started her videos. And she's just one of those people that you can look at online and say, man, if they can do this work and they can stay positive, they can stay optimistic, they can smile, they can be nice to people, I can do that too. I could be a little bit nicer. You know, I'm definitely never gonna be as nice and polite and sweet as she is, but I can try. I can do my best to be the best person I can be. So she's just one of those people that she's nice, she's inspirational, and you watch her go through her journey of difficult medical education and her training and all of these hard things that, you know, I can relate to on some ways with my CRNA training and being a CRNA. And as you watch them go along and you see them succeed and do things, it kind of encourages you to do more and to achieve more and to have a good attitude throughout the whole time. Next one is Ayanna Live. That's spelled I'm just gonna spell it on the screen. Anyway, this guy also started his YouTube channel a few years ago when he started med school. I think he's a 4th year med student now, and I've just been following along with him. Actually, what caught me, I was starting CRNA school. Yep, I was starting CRNA school the same year he was starting med school. I was having my CRNA channel out there, and I was trying to keep up with other people who were starting their medical training and CRNA training back then, and try and keep up with their channels and see what they were up to and see if I related to any of it. And I came across YouTube actually recommended his channel to me and saw that he was, you know, really good with the camera. He took a pretty basic looking camera and he got really amazing shots. He seemed to be very good at videography. He was really good at telling stories and relaying his personal vlogging day and making it interesting, and you know, some of the camera angles he was getting and the people he was getting, and some of just the way he films, even just on a YouTube channel, was really captivating back then. Of course, as he got into his 3rd and 4th year of med school, he's become a lot less regular in posting because he's busy, and I totally understand that. And there was a time on my channel where I just had months of nothing because I was busy. But it's still great, engaging. It's encouraging to watch him come along and through his journey, and he's just got a good personality, so I recommend checking him out. Now we have Rachel Pittner. Now her channel used to be something else. I think it was called Rachel PRN, and kind of a joke on being PRN as in like part-time employee, but also her name's Rachel P and she was an RN, kind of cutesy, but her channel's name is now Rachel Pittner because now she's a grown-up adult professional SRNA. And so now you can take her a little bit more seriously. She's in anesthesia school, and she's still doing some channel videos on what it's like to be an SRNA, some of the studying she's going along with. Again, a good personality. She smiles, she's optimistic. I've even done an Instagram live with her before. She's also on Instagram. She's really good over there too, but she's very busy. You know, she's in her 1st year. She's towards the end of her 1st year, I think, of CRNA school. And so she's very busy, so she can't post regularly, and I don't think anyone holds her to that. But when she does post, it's good, it's optimistic, it's informative on what she's going through, and she brings a little bit of joy to your day when you're watching her videos, so I recommend it. Next one on the list is Rihanna Farielle. Now, this is gonna sound like I'm a broken record, but she's nice, sweet, optimistic. She has a good personality. She's a CRNA as of about a month ago. She passed boards, but I followed her along back when, of course, she started her SRNA program 3 years ago, and she started doing her YouTube journey, and I started following her along just like I follow most of the Anesthesia, CRNA, SRNA YouTubers. And she just puts a really cool spin on it. She has a unique way that she approaches life. She owns a CrossFit gym. She's a vegan. She is in the process of adopting a child right now. Her husband and her flip houses and real estate and invest. So she has a lot of different varied interests. She brings a lot of that into her channel. She's one of the only people I've ever known to work, not full time, but work at least, a decent amount, a couple days a month throughout her entire program. She maintained that and maintained a good GPA. Very impressive person. She has lots of really good tips and advice, and she also just brings a good vibe. So does her husband, John Scholler. He brings a good vibe too, although his channel's not medical. It's about real estate and investing. You can go follow him over there too. Next one down is Nurse Nell. Now, Nurse Nell is one of my Instagram friends. We've actually never met in person. We've done an Instagram live with each other, and I feel like I know her because we've communicated for years now. But she has a YouTube channel. She's most active on her Instagram, but she still has the YouTube channel. I don't think she's posted recently, but for a while we were all SRNA, she was posting pretty regularly. So if you're trying to get information about being an SRNA, especially being an SRNA from her unique perspective, being from Buffalo, New York, she has a really good vibe. She's very type A, she's very structured, she's very organized, very much the anti-version of what I was in CRNA school. So she offers a different perspective that I think you guys might enjoy. So you can head over to her channel, and she's got all kinds of tips and advice over there you may like. And I can't finish the CRNA YouTube recommendations up until I talk about Aisha Allen. Her channel over there, she also started doing hers around the time that we all started CRNA school, and we've been going through the motions of these years, all step in step with me and Nurse Nell and Aisha. And it's kind of funny as we go along, we post these YouTube videos and each of us would see each other's videos, and we're going through the same hell that they're going through. And it was very nice and relatable to me. I think you guys will like it. She brings her very own vegan, military vibe to everything. She has a very strong voice and a very strong personality, and I think that you guys will find her funny. And so she's got the podcast I've recommended as well. Now she has her YouTube channel she's had for a long time, and then of course she's pretty big on Instagram. So if you want to follow her over there too, she's more active on her Instagram than she is on YouTube. Now that we're done with our CRNA, SRNA recommendations, let's talk about Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike is a well-known person. His YouTube channel is large. I think a few million people follow him. He's one of the most famous physicians on YouTube. He guest stars on different shows and stuff. So he's very big. He does a lot of react channels to like Scrubs and to Grey's Anatomy. He does topics on COVID-19, and he does topics on issues in healthcare. He's very general, broad. It's similar to ZDogg MD without as much of the controversy. So if you like that, head over there, follow him. You'll probably enjoy some of his content. Now, the last two recommendations for YouTube channels are actually studying YouTube channels. They're channels that will help you get through medical school, CRNA school, nurse practitioner school, pharmacy school. I feel like any healthcare related education schools, graduate level, even nursing school, undergrad education, these are going to be helpful videos. Khan Academy Medicine is something that helped me through my first year CRNA school immensely. There were topics all the time that we talked about in class that went way over my head, and the professors don't stop in lecture to make sure everybody in class gets it. They're moving at bullet speed. So if they mention something or talk about a disease process that you didn't understand or didn't make sense to you, you need to go back at home later and figure it out. It's very hard for me to read a textbook and just figure it out usually. So what Khan Academy Medicine does is it takes a topic and breaks it down in slow bits, and it actually illustrates it for you on like a chalkboard on the YouTube channel with colors, and it color codes things so that you kind of make visual sense of it. And you can pause the video anytime. If they get a little bit too far ahead and it starts getting confusing, pause it, contemplate it, figure it out, rewind it, and take it slowly. And sometimes I would do that with certain topics, especially like clotting cascades and hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and just certain things that had very nuanced type things happening with the disease, and you needed to understand little bits and pieces of it to make full sense, so that then you could understand how to treat that disease. So yeah, head over to Khan Academy Medicine so that you can learn more about Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, diastolic heart failure, telomeres and cell senescence. These are all just topics that I glanced at on his channel and that I remember looking at when I was in my first year of the program. The second channel that's similar to Khan Academy Medicine is Armando Hasudungan. I don't know if I said that correctly or pronounced it correctly, but I'll spell it on the screen for you. Anyway, this guy is similar to the Khan Academy in the sense that he does a lot of medical topics and a lot of illustrations on diseases, pathology, medications, clinical issues and stuff that you need to understand. So he breaks it down. You can pretty much find anything you're going to hear about in class for the most part. You can go over there and look it up, and he's going to have an illustration that's going to break it down slowly for you. So between Khan Academy and his channel, you're going to have two different versions of something, so you can really make sure you have a good wide breadth of the understanding of that topic. Well, all right guys, that was all of my YouTube channel recommendations. If you're going into anesthesia school or nursing school or medical school or whatever, and you just want to have some positivity in your life, and you want to see some interesting people, hear some interesting voices and perspectives, and also just get some education and training like with some of those illustration channels I was talking about. I want to hear from you guys down below what YouTube channels I need to be watching. Let me know what you use to get through CRNA school, and make sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, go over and join the mentorship program over with the membership here on YouTube. I would love to connect with you guys more fully and be able to offer live chats one-on-one with you, and study guides that I have, things like that. We're growing up that membership group, and I would love to have you guys part of it. And also follow me over on Instagram. I post there, a few times a week. I do little stories every day usually, so you guys can see what I'm up to from day to day if that's something you're interested in. And that is Bolt out.